I'm Mike Uyak. I love to try new things, and I've had culinary adventures all around the world, as well as right at home. I've had really wonderful food, as well as some really horrible food. I'd like to share some of my adventures with you, and we'll see if I have what it takes to fix whatever goes wrong. This is Recipe Redemption. Hello everyone, and welcome to Recipe Redemption. Today I want to talk about something from the market of mystery that I don't know if it really needs redemption or anything like that. It's just a product, and I'm talking about marshmallow fluff or marshmallow cream. It's been around for decades now, and it makes its way into all sorts of things. It's arguably unhealthy. I mean, it's basically sugar. It's pretty much all it is. I think some brands use some egg white in it, but it's mostly, yeah, this one does. But it's mostly sugar and corn syrup. That's just whipped and stabilized with gelatin oftentimes. So it's a way to get a sort of, obviously sweetness, but also a certain texture, that creamy gooiness of marshmallow that is actually spreadable. Now, obviously, regular marshmallows, they put enough gelatin in them to get them to semi-set into sort of a squishy solid. This is more spreadable, but it makes its way into a surprising number of things. And there's a couple of regional favorites that I wanted to try today. This is definitely one of those market of mystery segments where I'm not going to try to redeem anything. These are staples, and they're sort of almost sort of cultural touchstones in a way. So far be it for me to say that an entire group of people is wrong for eating this thing. I've just never tried them, and they sound kind of weird, so here we go. First one, and they all, of course, sort of incorporate the word fluff into them because, it's marshmallow fluff that we're talking about. I am using an off-brand, so it's marshmallow cream, but whatever. And the first one that we're going to try today is a Fluff Screamer. I know, that's just what it's called, okay? No shame. If that's what you're into, go for it. But anyway, a Fluff Screamer is from Pennsylvania. Story that I've heard is that there was a kid who came into a fairly busy hamburger shop, malt shop, whatever. I think this was back in like the 50s or 60s. So there might have been a malt shop at the time, but whatever. Diner, lunch counter, whatever. And he kept on ordering a hamburger, I think a cheeseburger actually, and he kept on asking for a dollop of marshmallow fluff to be put on it. And he knew that they had marshmallow fluff because that's what they put on top of hot chocolate, so they had it in the back. But this was kind of a weird request, and so the owner said no, and please stop asking. And the kid kept asking. And finally, one day, probably in an afternoon or something, the owner wasn't there. It was one of his classmates working behind the counter, and he asked, can I get a cheeseburger with marshmallow fluff on it? And she said, yeah, I want to see this. So she gave it to him. So, hamburger, cheeseburger, slice, big slice. Yeah, here we go. Of raw onion on top of that. Chili sauce, because why not? Big, dollop of marshmallow cream. My mind is kind of rebelling at this combination already, but we're doing it. Pat of butter. and the other bun. The Fluff Screamer. I don't know what to say about that. It's not bad. I mean, you put ketchup on a burger, so that's sweet. Maybe you're the type of person who puts sweet pickles or relish, sweet relish, onto a burger. So sweet flavors on a ground beef patty with cheese is not necessarily an unknown flavor combination. It does tame down the bite of the raw onion. I was a little afraid. I actually, I got red onion, just because it seemed like if you're going to go for raw onion, go for the one that has that sort of a real, honest to goodness onioniness. Is that a word? Onitude? Onionosity? Anyway, extra onion. I can't really find any way to say that it's bad. Obviously, since I'm finishing the stupid thing. Testament to why it's stayed on the menu for however many decades. It's still being served in places in Pennsylvania, beyond the original diner, too. But I don't know that it necessarily adds anything to the burger experience, but it doesn't really detract any from it. So, okay, 1 point to marshmallow cream. Okay. So as I mentioned, marshmallow cream was actually first created in the early part of the 20th century in Massachusetts, I believe. And during World War I, a recipe for a peanut butter and marshmallow cream sandwich on white bread was first published. There may have existed before then, but early 1940s was when it was really first published. And it wasn't until the 60s that someone decided to call this combination a Fluffernutter. My inner 12-year-old is giggling over this. It's a Fluffernutter. No shame if you're a Fluffernutter. We all have to pay for college somehow. But it's just, oh man. To me, this just seems like a non-food item. But we're trying it. So I have chunky peanut butter, because that's what I prefer. Big dollop of marshmallow cream, and this is indeed cheap white bread. Pardon the bandage. War wound. Here we go. I made a Fluffernutter. Again, not horrible. Evolution and our society has kind of primed me to expect and enjoy sweet flavors. Commercially made peanut butters tend to have a lot of sugar added to them anyway. And so now you're just piling on, several tablespoons more of sugar onto your sandwich. So this is, carb, atop carb, atop carb, a little bit of fat and protein thrown in there just for flavor, but it's basically solid carbs. Or in other words, That's the word. It's so very sweet. And I tend to prefer savory, salty flavors. And that's in there too. Peanut butter has that umami. It is quite salty. But it is quite sweet. And because it's marshmallow cream, the sweetness sticks with you just as long as the peanut butter does. If you haven't grown up eating this sort of thing, I can't say that it'll really be for you. Not going to throw any shade on anybody who did grow up with this and does love this and is nostalgic about this. I don't think I can really get into it because that is so sweet. But I tried it, and now I know what a Fluffernutter tastes like, as well as a Fluff Screamer. There are so many jokes, my brain goes into vapor lock trying to think of them. So what do you think? Have you tried either of these? Are there any other sort of unusual uses for marshmallow cream that you've encountered or come up with yourself? Share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them, and I may even try them in a future video. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you here again on Recipe Redemption. Bye now.